Welcome back to the Raleigh Oaks Baseball Club here on OOTP 25. It is time for the 2045 divisional round. As you can see, we are set to play a team that we do have basically no history with. Or no, we do. Way back in the Angels, but not with the Oaks, because we did play the Twins in the Duran versus Duran series back in, I forget what year it was, but it was very early on in the Angels series, and I don't think we've had any matchups with the Twins since then. But we're now playing them here in 2045 as they just beat the Detroit Tigers in the wild card. The Rangers beat the Royals, so it's Rangers, Blue Jays over here. And then the American League, you have Yankees, Red Sox, as the Red Sox took out the Mariners. The Angels took out the Dodgers, so you have Angels, D-backs over on that side. Let's take a look at this Minnesota Twins roster. It has been a long time since I've even looked at the Twins. I'd be curious to see what their history recently has been like. That's probably why. They have not really made the playoffs much since 2027. They were in the midst of that run of making it a lot. One of these years was when we matched up against them with the Angels. And then you could see not a lot of playoff success, not a lot of playoffs in general in this giant stretch of seasons, only twice, and it's been multiple seasons since then. So this is their first year making the playoffs. They won 86 games, snuck into the playoffs through the wild card, and finally won a round. You take a look at their team stats here. They look to be a pretty decent offense. You could see a lot of single-digit numbers we're seeing here. 6th in batting average, 2nd in OBP, 6th in slugging, 4th in OPS, 5th in WOBA, 3rd in runs scored, 6th in hits, 4th in extra base hits, 1st in walks. So they walk a ton, we don't, but they don't steal a ton. But yeah, formidable offense. Their pitching is really what has let them down, and their defense. The worst bullpen, I think 15 is the worst. 11th ERA overall. 14th in hits allowed, and opponent's average and BABIP. They do a good job of limiting walks. I think it's funny that they're very good at what we're not in both of these. But everything else, not so great. They don't strike out a ton of guys. They're horrible defensively. They just really have to try to win every game 12-10. So let's take a look at that current group of hitters on this team, and I am seeing a name that we should be familiar with, Tiziano. 37 years old, in his second season here with the Minnesota Twins, towards the end of his career here. Still a productive hitter, but not so much what he was during his time with the Los Angeles Angels, as we know. The multiple World Series champion with the Angels as well. Now, here is a veteran on this Twins team, but he still put up 23 home runs, which is one of the highest numbers on this team. Third, it looks like, third in home runs on this team. But their best players have been Nehemiah Dewberry, a catcher who was a first-round pick in 2033, really, really good defensively and offensively. He's been here in Minnesota his whole career, and he has just been an absolute stud the whole time here. Triple-digit WRC pluses every single season. Some of these really, really good, and I'd imagine he's quite good defensively as well, putting up decent framing numbers. I've definitely seen this guy's name around. You can see here he's winning accolades all the time. Now starting to be a veteran here. He's 34. Finally getting to the playoffs here. Hopefully they don't do anything because we don't want them to. And then Josh Diller, 29-year-old second baseman. Is he a second baseman, though? He is. They're playing him at second base to be shitty at second base. And really good hitter. 35 home runs, 31 doubles, drives in a ton of runs, scores a ton of runs. Really good player, but not good defensively. And then Andy Anderson is their shortstop. Claimed off waivers from Houston, and now he's just like a stud shortstop for them. Yeah, Houston waived him. He was bad, and now he's put up a 4 and a 3 WAR season here in Minnesota. That is crazy, crazy way to get a franchise shortstop here at 25 years old. Let's see, in 2043 was when he got waived, I would imagine. And, like, they extended him. It doesn't look like Houston extended him. So, yeah, claimed off waivers in the start of 2044. So right before the season, essentially, they were just like, and that might have been a couple days into the season. They were just like, yeah, we don't want him. And they claimed him, had a good season for him, and they immediately extended him with 8 years, $91 million. Had some injuries this season. You could see here a fractured thumb, and then he had a setback which required surgery, which is why he only played 89 games this year, but still was productive, and he's here for this series. John Rowan, that name sounds familiar because he was on the Houston Astros. He was on one of those Astros teams that we played back with the Angels. Very, very good player. Still a good player here at 34 years old. Definitely someone we'll have to keep an eye on. Bobby Ayrton is their first baseman, former first-round pick out of Ithaca College. Decent player for him, too. And then Luis Iriarte, something like that. He's like their prospect. He's playing center field, and he should not ever be a center fielder. They have a 30-grade guy playing center field. I would imagine they must have just recently called him up because he really does not have much time in the Minnesota Twins. He's been playing first, left, center, and right. And some left. So I don't really know where they're playing him. It's center. So he's their center fielder right now. And then they've got this guy who's another prospect, really good hitter, really good slap hitter, good gap power, walks a decent amount as well. They're playing him in right field. He can play right field, sure. Tiziano we know about. Johnny Abrams is another young player with a good bat but horrible glove. So yeah, what we expected. This team, they have some decent bats, not a lot of good defense. And then when it comes to their pitching, their best pitcher is Mike Chamberlain, 23 years old. This guy could lead their pitching staff for the next multiple seasons here. Former first-round pick. And if I'd imagine this is like a Philly-based high school. Westchester, basically. But then the rest of the guys behind him, just a bunch of 2 wars. Nothing really too crazy. We got a guy in the bullpen here, Pat McFadden, who was a starter, but here's in the bullpen in this postseason. Chris Grissom is like whatever. Nate Sear, he's pretty decent. A bunch of like 50 guys. Like they're nothing too crazy. This guy's a 70-grade screwball, which is pretty crazy, but nothing too insane. A lot of the guys in their 20s, though. They have a young staff that kind of just barely got their way to the postseason this season, and then their bullpen is not great. They do have a young guy here, Esteban Rivas, who's the exact type of guy that I like, but he'll be going against us. And then they got a 29-year-old. This guy's pretty decent. He is wrecked, though, and not too much going on in the bullpen as we would have expected. Let's just take a quick look at what the Raleigh Oaks team is looking like here. So 1 through 4, we are going Morales, Mendoza, Broadhead, and Dickerson. And then in the bullpen, it is Carmona, Clay, and Parks are our main 3 at the back end, with Canis, Mullins, Holmes, Graham, Powell, Eberth, and Sincamani, all just a mix of guys in this role. And down here with Eberth and Sincamani being like the mop-up sort of guys on the staff. And then when it comes to the hitting side of things, it's the same against righties and lefties. It's Langarisa, Rodriguez, Tapia, Ramirez, Griego, Amancio, Caffin, Gusty, and Pineda. Olejar is backing up. Bartolomo is the backup catcher, and then Vince Yates is the backup center or outfielder with Broadhead as well. I'm sure Yates and Olejar will get in plenty of games. If someone struggles, Yates is going in. Same thing with Olejar. But for at least for game 1, this will be the 1-9. So here we have the position head-to-head. We're tied at catcher. I think that's fair. We both have 2 80-grade catchers. We have the edge at first base. The only thing they have the edge on is second base, which, I mean, I guess that's fair. Tapia, I think, has been... he still put up a 4 WAR this season, but yeah, I think they could get the edge there. I think they're 2 very similar players, though, or like equally good players, but Diller is definitely really good. So I'll give him the edge there. Why not? We have a tie at third, and then they have the edge at shortstop, which I would agree with. They got that guy from waivers off of Houston who's been really good. I would say he is definitely better than Will Caffin, but we like our scrappy Aussie. We like him. Hopefully he can pop off a bit here in this postseason as we go off on our quest to try to three-peat here in 2045. So here we are, top 1 here in Raleigh, taking on the Minnesota Twins. Wilson Morales on the bump for us. Gets himself into some trouble here, first and second, 1 out, facing Iriarte. Just go after him. And he hits a single to right field. That might score a runner. It does not. They all just move up 90 feet, so it's bases juiced here with 1 out for their star catcher, Dewberry. Let's just pitch to him. 1-1 count, here it comes. That's going to be lined right at the second baseman. Tapia makes the play, 2 down, brings up John Rowan, the former Astro, who is first pitch swinging, and grounds one right at the Aussie Caffin. Morales gets out of it. No runs for Minnesota as they strand the bases loaded. So bottom 1 here facing Mike Chamberlain, their ace. And we've already scored a run, and we have a runner on third base. So Langarisa flew out, Rodriguez was hit by a pitch, and then Tapia tripled, and Rodriguez scored. Fantastic start to the game. So now we have Ramirez, runner on third, 1 out. Little bloop shot to left field, that'll score a run. It's 2-0 for the Oaks early in this game, getting on their ace right away. Let's just go and steal second base, why not? Ramirez does not like it. Let's do a hit and run. Why not? Okay, so they don't get the double play, but Griego is thrown at first base. Now it's Amancio, who takes a 3-1 pitch to center field, but that will be out number 3, but not before the Raleigh Oaks strike for 2 in the inning to take a 2-0 lead. So top 2 now. Once again, Morales in some trouble. It's first and second. Nobody out for Tiziano, the former Angel. 1-2 count to him. Fly ball left field. That's caught for out number 1. Everyone stays put. Now it's Josh Diller. 0-1. Ground ball right side. Ramirez, 3-6-3 double play, and they strand 2 with nobody out. We take things on bottom 2. Now we're cooking. First and second, 1 out here for Langarisa. 3-1 count to him. Draws a walk. So we have our runners on, or we have bases juiced here with 1 out for Luis Rodriguez, the best hitter on the team. And he is going to bloop one into right field. That'll land in for a base knock. And we've got ourselves another run on the board. It's 3-0. Bases are still juiced for Santiago Tapia, who's going to take this 1-0 pitch. Grounds at the third base. Everybody is safe. 4-0 Oaks. Hell yes. Now it's Juan Ramirez. First pitch swinging. Crushed to left field. Opposite. Out of here. Juan Ramirez grand slam, and the Oaks up 8-0 in this game here in the second inning, just running the Twins out of here in this first game. This team is on a mission. So 8-0, let's just half it at this point on offense. Can we half it here? They don't get anything. All right. Half it again. We don't get anything. Can we half it? They get 1. Did not mean to do that, but we'll half it. We get another 1. Morales gives up a solo shot. Gets out of it from there. We don't do anything. Scroll this frame for Morales. All right, so they got first and second here. 1 out here on the top of the 7th. So we're going to go to our bullpen. Bring in... let's just bring in Sekamani in this situation. Why not? Throw him into the fire. Just go after the guy. 1-2 count. Strikes him out. Beautiful. Now it's Dewberry. Pop fly center field. That'll be at number 3, and we move things on to the bottom of the 7th. With a 9-3 lead. Still 9-3. Scoreless frame. Okay. I don't want to half it and have something crazy happen, so let's just see if... Okay, he's going to give up a rip down the line. Okay. They tack on 1. We're going to... I mean, I don't really want to load the bases for Iriarte and possibly, give them. I don't know. We'll bring in. We'll bring in Clyte. I don't want to burn Carmona in this game, but we'll bring in Clyte. See if he can do anything. Full count. Ball four. Sick. First pitch swing into Iriarte. Pop fly right field. One down. Do they tag up? They do not. Then we have Dewberry. He goes down. He's 0 for 5 on the day. And then it's John Rowan. And Clyte sets him down. It's a 9-4 win for the Raleigh Oaks. We take game 1 of the NLDS. All right, it's game 2 here in Raleigh. Santiago Mendoza's on the bump for us. You can see that Olejar is actually playing shortstop today. We wanted to get his bat in against a left-handed pitcher because he's really good against lefties. Vince Yates playing center field because we wanted his bat in the game against lefties as well. And yeah, those are the only changes we made. Let's see how it goes. Top 1. Scroll this frame. They have Johnny Pushak in the game. He is the, isn't he the American Canadian? Does it not show second nationality in here? I could have sworn he was Canadian because he's the screwball guy. But whatever. He's in the game. We do nothing. They hit a solo shot. We do nothing. They get a man on second base with nobody out. And then a line drive to center field for 1 down. And then he tags. Wow. Okay, so he's on third base for Villafuerte, who is quite good. Let's pitch around him with first base open. And he walks. Then we go after Diller, who pops one up the left field. That'll be caught by Rodriguez. The throw to the plate will be not in time. So they get another run. It's 2-0 for the Twins. And then they hit another one. That's a single. They stay at second base, so it's first and second for Iriarte, who flies one over to right field for out number 3. So we're down 2-0, heading into the bottom of the third. We have first and second here, 1 out for Luis Rodriguez, who goes down swinging. 2 down for Tapia, full count. He goes down swinging. Still down 2-0, bottom top 4. Mendoza, second base, 2 outs. Anderson goes down swinging. Bottom 4. We get a man on second base with 2 outs. Vince Yates grounds the shortstop, and that'll be at number 3. Not what we wanted. Top 5. They get 2 on, but no, it's 2 outs. Lefty on lefty. And the ball gets away from Amancio. Sick. But then he blows it by him. So still 2-0, but the offense is doing nothing for us. I don't know how that is, but they're doing nothing. And as I say that, we hit a solo shot. Who was that? Gusty. Rocky Gusty with a solo shot makes it 2-1. And then we do another one. What just happened? So Gusty with a leadoff home run. Olejar flies out. Langarisa walks. Rodriguez grounds into a fielder's choice, so he's on. And then Tapia, 2-run home run, makes it a 3-2 Raleigh Oaks lead, our first one of the game. And we're still cooking. Second and third with 2 outs here for Amancio. Swinging at an 0-1 pitch. Grounds it right back to the catcher. Out number 3. Or right back to the pitcher, rather. Out number 3. But we have a lead now. Top 6. And Mendoza is fatigued with 2 outs. Mid-AB, runner on first. Just get through this guy, please. Ground ball short. Olejar makes the play. So Mendoza goes 6 on the day. He'll come out after this one. We do nothing. Mendoza's going to come out. And here is where we bring in Carmona. Top of the order, 1-run game, scoreless frame. Let's just half it. We tack on 4 runs. Holy hell. Double for Langariso, walk for Rodriguez, single for Tapia, double for Ramirez. They bring in a new pitcher. Griego grounds out, Amancio doubles, Yates strikes out, Gusty walks, and then the inning ends with an Alejar flyout. So we're up 7-2 here in the 8th. Bit overkill for Luis Carmona, but he's going to get it done. He pitches that one. Now we half it. We don't do anything else. Carmona's fatigued. Okay. How about you just face this last batter, please? Fly ball right field. Out number 3. And the Raleigh Oaks are up 2-0 here in the DS as we move the series to Minnesota. And making his first postseason start here on the road will be Nathaniel Broadhead, taking on Nate Sear of the Twins. And our lineup, as you can see, is going to be the usual 1-9. Vince Yates and Alejar are not playing. It's Caffin and Pineda back in. Let's see how it goes. Top 1, we do nothing. Bottom 1, they get a man on second immediately. Let's pitch around this guy. 2-2 count. Broadhead works the ground ball. That should be 1 down. It is indeed. Then it's Josh Diller. 2-1 count to him. Ground ball right side. Tapia fields it. That's 2 down. Runner moves up to third base. Now it's Johnny Abrams. Full count to him. Ball 4. Brings up Iriarte. Ground ball right side. Tapia makes the play. Scoreless frame for Broadhead. Move things on top 2. We have runners on first and second with 2 outs for Rocky Gusty, who faces a 2-1 pitch. Pokes it through the right side of the infield. We are not going to send the runner. Its bases juiced with 2 outs for Jesus Pineda, the center fielder, who we're going to take the first pitch with. That's a strike. Now we're going to swing away. And he pops up the center field. Nothing going for us. Move things on bottom 2. Scoreless frame for Broadhead. Scoreless frame for Sear. Broadhead in some trouble here. Runner on second with 1 out for Josh Diller. 2-1 count. That's going to be blooped into right field right in front of Griego. But everybody is not... Nobody's going to score. So it's runners on the corners here with 1 out for Johnny Abrams. First pitch swinging. What a play. Caffin digs that one out of the hole. 6-4-3. And we retire the side. Still 0-0 in this game. Top 4. Amancio on second base for Will Caffin, who grounds one softly to second base. Looked like he maybe could have beaten it out, but instead it's going to be the end of the inning. Move things on bottom 4. Nothing for them. Scoreless frame for Sear. Broadhead in trouble. First, 1 out, man on second base, and Andy Anderson. 2-2 count. Ground ball to Caffin. That's going to be 2 down, but Anderson moves up to third base. He's 90 feet away from scoring. And then an 0-1 pitch to Villafuerte is lined right at Rodriguez, out number 3. We move things on to the 6th. We do nothing. They once again get a man on second here with 1 out. Facing Iriarte, lefty on lefty. Pops one up the right field. Griego puts it away for out number 2. Now it is Dewberry, the star catcher, who lines one to center field. And Pineda makes the play, showing off the defense, making a leaping grab. 3 down, and we are still scoreless here heading into the top of the 7th. They go to the bullpen first. It's Jaquan Rito. Great name. Not exactly the best pitcher of all time, though. Hopefully we can get to him here. We do not. Bottom 7, Broadhead's in the red, so we're going to take him out in a scoreless game here. And we are going to bring in Dusty Powell, perhaps? Maybe Bubba Parks. I think we're going to go Dusty Powell. Dusty Powell's going to come in the game. And he's going to work a scoreless frame. Top 8 now. We do nothing. Now we're going to... It's top of the order here. We're going to bring in Bubba Parks. He gets himself into not quite a clean inning yet, but it's only two. It's 2 down, runner on second. 0-1 count to Johnny Abrams. Played perfectly. Out number 3. It's the top of the 9th. In a scoreless game, Luis Rodriguez leading things off. 3-1 count. Draws a ball 4. Can we steal second? He's off and running. In there. Not in time to throw from Dewberry, so Rodriguez in scoring position for Santiago Tapia, who takes a 1-2 pitch to deep center field, but not deep enough. That's caught. Rodriguez stays at second. 1 down for Juan Ramirez, who rips a 1-0 pitch to the second baseman, but nice play by Diller. 2 down. Now it's Rodriguez on third, but it's 2 down for Griego. 2-2 count. Just watches it outside corner. And we strand the runner. Move things on bottom 9. Parks in some trouble here. First and second. 1 out. It is Guadalupe Matos up at the dish. Very average hitter. Go after him. 1-1 count. Parks fields this one himself. Goes to second with it and looked like he was safe by 45 steps. But instead, it's actually an out. So 2 down, runners on the corners. For Andy Anderson, the best waiver claim of all time. 2-2 count. Check swing. He went around. Bubba Parks sends this game to extras. We're on to the 10th. They bring in Esteban Rivas, their best reliever in my mind. Really good. I would love to have this guy, even though he has 20 stamina. Maybe we can get to that, though, because the AI loves to put these guys in and throw them for 2 innings, even though they have 20 stamina. So, we'll see. Nothing going that frame. Bottom 10 now, we're going to take out Parks. And we are going to bring in Klite. Scoreless frame for him. Top 11 now. What just happened? Did not mean to do that. Game log, please. Just go to the bottom. Luis Rodriguez solo shot. 1-0, the first run of the game on our 5th hit in the top of the 11th. We do nothing else. Jameer Klite is on to close things out. And he does that, just that. 1-0 win, and the Raleigh Oaks are up 3-0 in the series. Once again, here in Minneapolis, the Minnesota Twins taking on the Raleigh Oaks. Oaks up 3-0 in the series, looking for the sweep here in Minnesota. Chris Grissom on the hill for them, the man trying to avoid getting swept. On the hill for us is Dickerson, our offseason trade acquisition from the Red Sox. He's going to be the man trying to get the sweep done. So top 1 here. We do nothing. Dickerson, score this frame. Grissom, score this frame. Dickerson, score this frame. And then we tack on 2. Hit by pitch from Caffin, and then Rocky Gusty destroys one. 2-0 lead for the Oaks. We're on top. 3-0 lead for the Oaks, as I believe Luis Rodriguez just hit another home run, and now Tapia's up. He gets on second base for Juan Ramirez. We're still not done. But now we are, as Ramirez flies one out to right field for out number 3. We move things on to the bottom of the 3rd, where Dickerson puts together a scoreless frame. We do nothing offensively. Dickerson shuts him down. We get a man on second base with 1 out. In Langarisa, facing Rodriguez, who strikes out. Now it's 2 down for Tapia, who lines one to center field for out number 3. Move things on bottom 5. Scoreless frame for Dickerson. Ramirez, I believe, just homered. Yes, he did. It's 4-0 for the Oaks. Let's just half it. We don't do anything else. Dickerson Now in the red here, but 2 outs. Runners on first and second for their catcher. Do we let Dickerson face this man, or do we go to the bullpen? I think we're going to let him face him. 3-1 count, and he walks him. Now we're going to the bullpen. 1,000%. I don't know if we want to go Carmona here. Fuck it. We're going Carmona. This is a big spot. We're going Carmona. 3-1. Oh my God, saws him off, fouls it out in the first base side territory, strands the bases loaded, still 4-0. It's top 7. I don't know if we're going to pitch Carmona the rest of the game because I don't want him burning his stamina that much in a game like this, but he'll probably at least pitch the next inning and then we might take him out. So, top 7. We have runner on second, let's just half it. We tack out another run, don't really care how we do it, but we're up 5-0. Carmona works a scoreless frame. We don't do anything else. We're going to take Carmona out now. We're going to bring in Kurt Holmes. Works a scoreless frame. We tack on 3. It's an 8-0 game. We'll bring in Eberth. Eberth is going to close things out. He gives up 2 runs. But then he gets out of it from there as the Raleigh Oaks have swept the Minnesota Twins and are moving on to the CS for the 3rd season, maybe the 4th. I forget exactly what we did 4 seasons ago, but we're trying to three-peat here, and step 1 to doing that has been accomplished as we sweep the Minnesota Twins, their first time in the playoffs in many, many years, and they run into the buzzsaw that is the 2045 Raleigh Oaks. We are like the Kansas City Chiefs. We are inevitable. Your series MVP for that one was Juan Ramirez, as he had himself 312, 353, 812 slugging percentage. 2 home runs, 11 ribbies on the series. Yeah, I would say that Juan Ramirez deserved it as he popped off that one. And now we move things on to the CS.